The eyes give her a frog-like resemblance. This makes me wonder, are all the creations in this house a consequence of someone's imagination or experience? It's an unfinished painting of what looks to be like a mother and a child standing in shallow water. Is that a giant heart? The painting is stained, but the sinister gaze of the man is still clearly noticeable. The painting is stained, but the sinister gaze of the man is still clearly noticeable. Not ideal, but much better. A yellow blanket, wrinkled only on one side of the bed, which means that either Victoria or Nikolai didn't sleep here. Strange. These are not books, just blank covers with no names and no numbers. My Bible doesn't seem to be among them. I've never seen this woman, but I feel like I know her from somewhere. It's not a pleasant feeling, though. It's a giant tree with dozens of corpses hanging from its branches, and skulls that feed its roots. The branches represent visual keychain holders, and there's a key hanging as a corpse on one of them. It's locked. I can't breathe. It smells so sickening.
Must be at least a century old. Looks like the owner has an alluring hobby. These dolls are nothing special. Except for the big ones at the back. Not counting the headless ones, of course. You should definitely take one of them for your private collection. Which one do you choose? Bad choice. The image of the devil. The doll with horns. Fascinating. What do we have here? A small brown bag. And it's not just any bag. It's Benedict's bag. So you have to ask yourself why it was hidden here. What's inside?
Just old clothes. And nothing but mold in them. I'll have to find a key first. A grieving man with a forehead full of horrible dark lesions. It reminds me of a man I haven't seen for a while. One day he just stopped attending our church. Is that a giant heart? The manuscript of Luca Tomini, Codex Niva, Goldin, Heart of Pagubitse? I've never heard of these works. Miniatures of strangely shaped white people. This makes me wonder, are all the creations in this house a consequence of someone's imagination or experience? The vastness of the woods is terrifying. I haven't checked the whole floor yet. My Bible should be here somewhere. It's an unfinished painting of what looks to be like a mother and a child standing in shallow water. It's not going to work. If I didn't leave the monastery, thoughts like this would have never crossed my mind. I dare not to try this. I dare not to try this. It's locked. Just old clothes. Ugh. I struggle to find a reason to do that. Only one person slept in this bed last night. The door is locked. God, this feels wrong. Was he telling me the truth? He did. It's completely empty. Why would Victoria take all of his belongings? It doesn't make any sense. Nothing in there. It's empty. calling? A heap of dead. Damned rats! It scurried into the... Victoria! Nikolai, what's happening? I'd better check. That window is right above the front door. Liar said he'd call me. Nikolai! Wait! I have to stop him. The vastness of the woods is terrifying.
If I didn't leave the monastery, thoughts like this would have never crossed my mind.
Who keeps a heap of dissected frogs in his house? Something's amiss here. Nikolai must have touched these dolls. That's my bag. How did it get on the floor? The inside is all wet, slimy. My rosary is here, and so is my pen. But everything else is gone. Nikolai must have known the whole time where my bag was. Which means he has my Bible as well. Or it's Victoria who has it. I didn't turn her against him. It was Nikolai who turned Victoria against me. Maybe it's all part of a wicked plot against me. All she had to do was drag me to this place and put me on the stage like a puppet. And now they are just pulling the strings. They make me sleep in this house. They take my Bible and hide my bag. She disappears, and now... And now he's doing the same. Nikolai is trying to disappear. Nikolai!
I was checking something.
Really? On the ground, between the leaves, and behind the house. Stop this madness. Who's there?
Calm down.
Why are you doing this to me?
Benedict, listen to me.
No, I've listened to your lies in the house. Now you should listen to me.
All right. I'm all ears.
It's clear to me that what the two of you are doing goes way back, months before this damn journey.
What are you talking about?
Let me explain. How would you describe this town?
Would you say it's a hidden gem in the mountains?
Well, it is alluring, isn't it?
To whom? The gem in the mountains were her words. That's how Victoria tried to convince me to go on this journey with the two of you. And when I refused, what did she do? She went to my superior, Father Imre, and claimed Sveti Kotar is a work of God. She convinced him, so I had to go. But I never believed those words. And God knows I was right to do so. We all saw the truth the moment we arrived in this town.
You mean the ritual on the square? I found it fascinating.
Where's my Bible?
Again with this question? You must have lost it somewhere. But don't worry, you can probably get a new one in town.
I don't want a new one. I want exactly that Bible because it is mine. It was given to me by my father. And no one else except me is allowed to carry it or even just touch it. Not my sister, not you, not even Father Imre.
I know. Calm down. Victoria told me this a long time ago.
This journey, this house, the disappearances, it's all part of your wicked plot against me.
A plot against you? Can you hear yourself? I'm starting to believe Victoria was right to have doubts about your health.
So this is what this journey is all about. You want to make me look crazy, put me in a mental institution.
You got it all wrong. Calm down.
Wrong? You knew the whole time where my bag was. Did Victoria hide my Bible there and then you just grabbed it on your way out? I found something slimy in my bag. Did you drool while stealing my stuff, or was it her?
Benedict.
And where is she? Is she hiding in the woods? Do you know? Of course you do. She must have told you that I cannot leave this town without her. So why is she hiding from me? Because she knows I can't leave without her, and this just prolongs the agony of being in this damned place. And that's exactly what's going on here. You want to torment me as long as you can. So what do you do to be sure I won't leave on my own? You steal my documents from the bag. But you know, before we left, I made her swear on our parents' graves that she would have to take me back to Budapest immediately if I decided so. So no, I'm not crazy. Are the two of you done with me now? Does she need to desecrate our parents' remains?
You certainly made a point here. I wouldn't say you're crazy, but you got it all wrong. How about I tell you what really happened?
You expect me to believe you after everything that has happened?
We were robbed, Benedict. When I woke up, my first thought was that you and Victoria stole all my stuff, including my morphine. Then I went down and found your bag behind the dolls. Unlike my own, yours wasn't empty.
So I was right. Victoria put the Bible inside, and you...
No. The only things I found in there are a pen, a rosary, and this.
Are those human eyes? You're the one who's crazy here.
30 pig's eyes inside a pig's bowel. Horrible, I agree, but that's why your bag was so slimy.
This is insane. He's lying. And now that he's come closer, I can notice an unpleasant, musty smell on him.
I believe it's what the perpetrator left to mock us. After stealing our stuff, he obviously had a need to leave a mark of his deed.
And who's supposedly our perpetrator?
The owner of the tavern, of course.
Why would a man who waited a whole day just to give us the keys of the house do such a thing? And why would he take everything but my rosary and a pen?
I guess because it's the same man who left a dozen of pig's eyes in your bag.
I don't know where he got this bowel, but this story is ridiculous. So how do you explain Victoria's missing bag then? If that man robbed us without taking our bags, where is hers?
Maybe Victoria took it with her.
I noticed that the blanket on your bed is wrinkled only on one side. Confess, Victoria didn't sleep at all last night. She took her time to do everything you plotted together, and then she disappeared.
Enough with this crazy idea that this is all about you! I don't know where Victoria is. When I woke up, she wasn't there.
The smell on Nikolai, I just realized. It's the same odor of the wardrobe upstairs. These clothes he's wearing are not his. He must have taken them.
I'm going to get all of our stuff back. Don't worry. You just stay here and wait for Victoria.
What? Wait, no, you shouldn't. Is he going to meet her in town? Or perhaps she's hiding in the woods and waiting for me to leave. What should I do?
I have to move. I need my morphine. What do you want?
I'm going with you.
Think about your sister. If you follow me, once she comes back, she'll find an empty house.
We can leave a note.
What about your Bible?
That's what I've been asking you from the moment you saw me today. Where is it?
So, you really don't have it. You're not as methodical as I thought you were.
For God's sake, no, I really don't have it.
Well then, you're saved by the grace of that thief. If he didn't steal my pills, I would have never found your Bible. It's in the cabinet upstairs. And relax, I didn't touch it. I swear.
Why didn't you tell me until now?
I thought you found it after I went downstairs. It's all right. Just go take it, and then we can leave together.
You should have said something. If that is the truth, if it's really there, you desecrated it by leaving it among those carcasses. That pile is the only place I didn't search. I have to be sure he's not lying this time.
Benedict! Don't make me wait too long!
It's like staring into a starless sky. Completely black, cold, silent. It's a bust of an unknown veiled person. Everything here feels so wrong. I've heard this dreaded sound too many times in my life. Frogs and more. I didn't touch them before. How did they fall out? There's something buried beneath. It looks like it must be. My Bible. This would never have happened if... Decided to come in? Nikolai? For God's sake, answer me! I must get out of here before it's too late. The door is locked.
What do you want? I don't know if that was Nikolai. It's so dark in there. Trying again to disappear? I cannot stay in this house. I have to go into town and try to find Victoria. Maybe that was her. Maybe it was Nikolai. Or maybe it was a stranger. God, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I have to leave. I'd need a key to see what's hiding behind it. What was Nikolai doing here? Just leaves. Stirred, thrown aside, piled. My identity document. And Nikolai's too. Maybe he hid everything here. It doesn't make any sense. Why would he hide our documents here? Why his own? They're withered and woven all over the fence. They probably surround the whole house like a cursed crown. Someone just moved from that window. They might have seen who entered the house. Maybe they have some information about Victoria. I have to ask. A dead tree with an engraving. Who keeps a dead tree? The graveyard of the house. It's pitch black down there. The owner doesn't seem to care. I can't. It felt like my spine was going to burst out of my back. It's held by a small angel and filled with the stench of death. There's a piece of rotting flesh inside this. It looks just like the one on the other side of the door. This one is holding a withered plant. Nothing to see here. Just darkness. You don't mind me trying to lift up your beautiful angel. It shouldn't be left neglected like that. Excuse me? We arrived last night. You probably heard us. A woman and I had a loud quarrel in front of the neighboring house. I'm looking for her. Living so close, I suppose you visit the woods often? Ever venture in? Is it safe? At some point after we arrived, maybe even during the night, she left the house and hasn't returned. Have you seen that woman? Maybe she never left, I don't know. Did you see anyone going into the woods a short time ago? I didn't want to pester you. This was a mistake. I apologize. I should never... If that was her in the house, maybe I should just try to draw her out. Is that what you had in mind when you said... What did you call this journey? Ah, yes, a gift for the soul and the mind. Now I understand what you meant. You want me to go insane, put me away in an institution for life. But why? Hiding in the shadows won't do any good for anyone. Come out and talk to me. Do you wonder how our parents feel now? True, Father always detested you, so I doubt he's surprised. But Mother, didn't she suffer enough in life? By doing this, you're torturing everyone. Not just me. Nothing. Just silence. I should leave. I should leave. And so I descended into the valley of the shadow of death, oblivious of what this decision meant. Meanwhile, Nikolai was already walking there.
Huh. She was right. This town really is a hidden gem. One that should have been buried so deeply as to never been found. Well, we're here now. So let's hear what our perpetrator has to say.